Hello people, another beautiful day. Yeah, it's Saturday. Hope your health and strength is good. 5 senses work. My shoulder is kind of sore. Yeah, I took my second shot. Yeah, kind of sore, so yeah. I took my second dose yesterday, so my shoulder kind of hurt more. But anyway, what are we talking about here today? Steam Deck. And Valve and the Steam Deck now has 500 playable games. Yeah, out of 50,000 games. Pretty impressive for a launch. Notice the word playable, and that's the key word. But anyway, it says here Valve Steam Deck has over 500 playable games now. None of those games are on Steam most popular playlist, though. It says here a few days we reported that Valve Steam Deck compatibility progress, noting how the list went from just 120 to over 240 titles in under a week. But now the number pales in comparison with what we have today. Valve has managed to bring that number to a whopping 520 titles in just a few days, as reported by Gaming on Linux. Says here, more specifically, Valve split the number into 2 categories. The list of verified games amount to 309 games, while the number of playable games takes up a remaining count at 212. If you are unaware, this is part of the Valve New Deck Verified program that features 4 categories for game compatibility: verified, playable, unsupported, unknown. Says here the Steam Deck has 309 titles fully supported on the console as relatively designed. The addition 211 playable titles might require some user tweaking to get the game running, but it still means the games will run on the new handheld console. Says here, but despite having 520 titles now operational on Steam Deck, none of those games are in Steam's top 10 or even top 20 list of popular games. Played on Steam library, God of War, the only exception, ranked 18th place in Steam's hierarchy. Arguably, this is not great for Steam Deck, since Steam top 10 to 20 most popular games hold a large majority of gamers using Steam right now. Getting early support for those titles will give more mainstream gamers a considerable incentive to purchase the Steam Deck. And it says here, but we presume Valve is not taking this lightly. We already know a large blocker to game support are issues related to the anti-cheat software. If you look into a ProtonDB website, it appears most games running anti-cheat software have significant difficulties running on Linux operating system, with only a few titles getting gold status, meaning the game runs almost perfectly. Since the Steam Deck uses Valve homebrew version of Linux called SteamOS, all ProtonDB's limitations will apply to the console. The good news is that companies such as Epic, with its easy anti-cheat software, have already added support for Steam Deck and Linux, which is excellent news. But as for aware, not all anti-cheat software companies have prioritized Linux support right now, which will make games not running easy anti-cheat difficulty too important on the deck. Either way, Valve is getting more and more games supported on the Steam Deck in record time. With this level of pace, we should start seeing more popular games in the Steam library running on the Steam Deck soon. So this is good news to hear. 500? Yeah, pretty impressive. 520. And they're in 4 categories: compatibility, verified, playable, unsupported, and unknown. So make that 5 categories. So Steam Deck is moving right along, you know. It's just I mean, the Valve is going to face some bumps in the road, but the question is, are they going to keep following through, even though they might not get everybody on board with the Steam Deck? But most games that you play on Steam will work on the Steam Deck eventually. So, you know, Valve is still sorting these games out, making sure they work. But you got to give them props for staying the course and seeing this thing all the way through, and that's what really matters. So, you know, today is what, the 12th, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 13 more days. The Steam Deck is here, so this was good news to hear. You know, and I'm pretty sure the list is going to even get bigger. We're at 520. By the end of next week, we'll find out. We'll probably be 1,000 by then, you know. So, and then we'll get to see what games are in the top 20 of Steam games. You know, made the list on the Steam Deck. So yeah, you know, Valve is just moving right along here. You know, and, still working hard, still grinding through. You know, of course, you know, Windows, Linux, their competitors. Steam, the Epic Store, Game Pass, their competitors. So, you know, when Epic came out and said they're not going to support Fortnite on the Steam Deck, you know, that was just a publicity stunt. You know, that was a plan that was already in motion. So, Valve shouldn't let that stop them. They just got to keep moving. They still got Half-Life, Left 4 Dead, and all the games, and Portal, and all their games that they made personally that can work perfectly on the Steam Deck. So far, so good, you know. There's another news under the Steam Deck's belt. And what I'm going to do is just leave a link in the description box with this article. Hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Bored, Dark Side. Go. Peace.